In tonight's Made in Nevada report, we're featuring a man who makes ties in his home. As I'm about to show you, he uses the techniques he learned from his hometown in Italy. Meet Pasquale Iovinella. He spends hours on the second floor of his Damani Ranch home making ties one cut and one stitch at a time. Using the skills he learned as a child in his Italian hometown of Orta, about 17 miles north of Naples. And here he is on a recent trip to Italy, where he personally selected silk fabrics for his ties. We'll show you step by step how he makes his ties in a moment, but first, a closer look at what his ties mean to one of his many customers. Dr. Andy Pasternak's Italian mother-in-law, who prides herself in high-quality clothing, gave him one of Pasquale's ties as a gift.
I loved it. It was great. And so since then I probably bought at least another 4 or 5 and planning on buying some more.
These ties sell for about $99 a piece, but Andy says for him, the price is worth it.
In our culture, we have this more is better, and I think pay a little bit more, have nicer things, and just do with fewer nice things.
Now for an inside look at how these designer ties are made one at a time. It starts with the fabric selection.
I have all these fabrics coming from KOLO.
Next, Pasquale traces the parts needed for just one tie with his pattern, traces the outline, and cuts the tie. Making just one tie like this takes about an hour and a half of meticulous work, so detailed, all of his attention is focused on each task because only perfection is acceptable. Just the slightest mistake is costly.
If I do something wrong, I risk to damage the fabrics, and then I have to throw it away, so.
Each tie comes from 3 main parts. You see, this is the process that makes it possible to tie and remove without it knotting up around the wearer's neck.
We join 3 pieces together to make more elasticity to the necktie. When you unknot the tie, the neckties come back in the right places, right order.
The tip of the tie is sewn first, but inside out.
Take off the fabrics that bore the tips.
A little screwdriver is used to pop everything back. Next, Pasquale puts a liner inside the tie. It's thicker than most manufactured ties and gives the ties a heft. He folds the tie down and then uses just one thread to bring it all together. Each move made with precision. Now, this is one of the most important steps in making the tie and gives his products that signature handmade high-quality look and feel.
Tag.
Next, the tag is sewn on. It reads 100% silk, handmade in the USA, imported fabric from Italy. The keeper's loop.
We call passantino.
An Italian flag sewn in place. I asked Pasquale what he loves most about this entire process.
To create from the beginning to the end. It's something I love it.
And there you go, a product of love, ready for sale.
Made in Nevada!
And that's his family right there, his 2 boys and his wife. And you can learn more about the ties by going to kolotv.com and finding this report. Denise, I had the best time visiting with Pasquale, his wife, his 2 boys, and watching him make the ties as well.
And he made those ties wearing a tie.
He did, and he did it right in front of me. I didn't think he'd make a whole tie, but he did.
Father's Day coming up in June, right?
Yeah, it is. They're nice too.
Some ideas.
Really impressive.